All right, peeps. I have missed several days of recording at this point, but I would get to the end of my very long days and be like, I don't even know what to talk about. I'm tired. Excuse me. Yeah, that's probably the answer to that. Sometimes if you notice a pattern in my videos, they would be like at night, and I would look very comfortable because I'd be in my house, basically about to be getting ready to go to bed. So, but today, ironically, this weekend, I got like a record number of questions about breastfeeding. And I said, well, maybe I need to do a video pinpointing some of the questions, the concerns, the comments that I heard. And a lot of times the settings I was in when I was having conversations with people, either I had my kids or we were doing something, and I couldn't hone in on the stuff I really wanted to talk about. I may have forgotten something that I thought was important. Y'all may hear my breast pumps right now. I am currently pumping because it's that time again. One thing I want to stress, regardless of what you try when you are trying to create and build up and maintain breast milk supply, regardless of what you do, it is not an overnight fix. We are like a microwave society, and we want everything to be done immediately. And I see reviews on YouTube, on Pinterest, reviews on the websites of stuff that I use that say like, oh, I saw a change in 24 hours, 48 hours. And so they kind of get our hopes up. But the reality is, regardless what you do, any lifestyle change you try to make, it usually takes like 7 to 10 days before you see an actual change. I think a lot of us just kind of give up because we don't see that immediate change. And I know it's hard. That's part of the reason why I struggle, is because sometimes I just get complacent, like, oh, my supply looks good, and then I stop doing what was making my supply great. And since the body, again, is not a microwave, I'll go a day or two not doing the things I was doing before, and things will still be fine. So I'd be like, oh, I don't have to do it no more. I'm just making the milk on my own. And then like 2 weeks later, my milk supply just plummets. So it takes time for your body to realize a change has occurred and for it to affect your body negatively and positively. So whatever I talk about today, it's not going to be an overnight sensation. Like, you really got to stick to it. So I hope you listen to the whole video, and I hope it's life-changing. If you are somebody like me who is typically a just enougher, but when I stick to the plan, I have way more. I'm shaking all over the place because I'm in the car waiting to pick up my son, my 9-year-old, and I don't have like a thing. I'm in my minivan rental. I know I got into a car accident. I'm actually enjoying this minivan. I might buy one. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. All right, I'm sitting in the drive-thru. I'm not gonna say which one. It's definitely not healthy, especially while I'm talking about food. But the first thing I want to pinpoint, as we are talking about breastfeeding and all that good stuff, is food. You gotta eat. This is not the time to be on a diet. And this is something I didn't know with my first baby. Say hey, first baby.
Hey.
Something I did not know. When I got pregnant with him, I was in amazing shape, and I was on a good diet, and I exercised very well. You can exercise, but you're gonna have to come up with them calories you lost while you exercised. It's unfortunately, when you're breastfeeding, it is not the time. And I'm not a lactation consultant at this current moment in my life. I am not a medical professional. I'm not going to tell you what a textbook say, because they will tell you that you can start dieting and exercising. I'm going to tell you what my experience has said. And I struggle creating breast milk for that first baby because I was trying to get back on my diet. I was trying to lose that baby weight. I had gained 76 pounds in that pregnancy. And the textbooks will tell you, the doctors will tell you, you can start a exercise regimen. No, you can't. I mean, a diet regimen. You can't. And whatever you do, don't do keto. You need them carbs. You need the carbs. First-hand experience, you need the carbs. You need the calories. I'll be completely transparent. I weigh about 270, 280 pounds. I'm 5'7". And if I am doing 5 miles a day, just walking, I need to eat about 3,500 calories just to maintain my milk supply. And I'm going to be honest with you, trying to eat those 3,500 calories in a healthy way is hard. Like if you're trying to have smoothies, you're going to have smoothies plus something. Like that can't be a meal. There may have been a meal before. Them little 300, 400 calories is not enough. It's not. You're going to have to eat. You're going to have to consume more. And then whenever your milk supply picks up, you're going to be more hungry because you're feeding another human. You're trying to nourish yourself as well as another human being. You have to eat. And if you are somebody who was in shape before you had a baby, or you are determined to get into shape, it's hard. But come to the grocery store with me. All right, so protein. Get all the protein you can. That's like a big thing. Sometimes we just aren't getting enough protein, enough carbs, enough fat, good fats, and all that good stuff. Get what works for you. If you need the vegan kind, get the vegan kind. If your stomach can handle, dairy, get what you can handle. But sometimes what we're eating, even if we have like protein in every meal, we're not consuming enough protein for what we need for that baby. I know most of these hone in on like having no carbs. We don't care about that. We need to get our carbs in as well. I do not encourage any low carb diet while you're breastfeeding. But we're just trying to get that protein, that extra protein on top of what you're eating every day. When I'm doing well, I typically try to do one shake, one like snack, high protein, both once a day, so one of each, along with what I'm going to eat throughout the day. But I don't have a particular brand. I just pick whatever's on sale. If we're going to be honest, some of y'all may hop in my comments and be like, oh, that's bad for you. It might be bad for you. You might need to educate me, but I just get whatever's on sale when I go to the store, whichever brand. If you want to treat yourself,
3 words for you: treat yourself.
Oreos is known to have a high amount of soy lecithin. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't quote me on that. But some people don't like soy. I understand that. I know it can be, iffy for you, which is why one of the supplements I'm going to show you in the video actually has sunflower lecithin, and people say that's safer. But if you want to treat yourself sometimes and eat a sleeve, listen, Oreos help breast milk. Enjoy. All right, so there aren't many great things that people say about soy. There is a lot of soy lecithin. I think that's how you say it. And I'm not an English teacher. I am a teacher, but not English. In like your dairy products, Oreo has a high amount of soy lecithin, which is like very helpful for breast milk, which is why I made that shameless plug about treat yourself. If you want to treat and you are trying to eat healthy, treat yourself to like 3 or 4 Oreos a night or something. But if you don't like soy, the healthier option is sunflower lecithin. Get my face out of there so little. Yeah, there we go. And you see my page. I got like 11 subscribers. This ain't no advertisement. I'm not getting paid for this. It'd be nice. Legendary Milk. If you want to send me some free products, pay me. Anyways, this is for, I'm gonna show you what this pill looks like. It's almost the size of a prenatal pill. This helps if you're known to get clogged ducts. which can be very painful. It helps loosen the milk. So if you do have clogged ducts, they tell you to take one soft gel 3 to 4 times a day. If you just want to maintain, like prevent clogged ducts and make sure your milk is just like really flowing out well, then you take one soft gel 2 times daily. So I typically take one for breakfast, one for dinner. But yeah, sunflower lecithin is a great product for breast milk. Back to the grocery store. Oatmeal is good for you. I don't like oatmeal, so I eat things that have whole grain rolled oats in them. All right, so you can't do instant oatmeal. It's not the same. You either have to have like the container. It's like comes in this cylinder. I have some in the pantry. I just don't feel like getting up. That says whole grain rolled oats. Sometimes I will mix like, I want to say like 3/4 cup oatmeal with like a cup of almond milk and a 3/4 scoop of a vegan protein shake, vanilla. And then whatever other flavors I want to add in there, sometimes I eat that because it gives me my protein and I get oatmeal. But I'm not the biggest fan of oatmeal, so I'm forcing myself to eat that for my baby. I do like to eat those Nature Valley bars. They do have whole grain rolled oats. Pretty much all the Nature Valley products have whole grain rolled oats. So if you like the granola bars, those things that just crumble apart, whatever that can help you get some oatmeal in your diet, that will definitely help. All right, I know most people know about Body Armor if you've seen any type of social media and your algorithm has changed because you had a baby. But the key ingredient in Body Armor is the coconut water. That is what helps your breast milk, and there's only 10% of that in there. So I add my coconut water to it. 32 ounces total, mixing them together because I don't like the taste of coconut water. All right, so I felt really weird recording and Harris Teeter, so that's why I'm like doubling back and saying all this extra stuff that I feel like I missed. So I just pour my Body Armor and my coconut water until I feel like stopping. If you have a 32-ounce bottle, I may empty the whole Body Armor depending on the size, because sometimes they come in like 20 ounces, which is pretty big. But if it's like the 12 or 16.9 ounce, then I pour the whole bottle in my 32-ounce thermos cup. And then I put the rest as coconut water, 100% coconut water. I do not like the taste of coconut water. Okay, look, can you turn it down? You got YouTube playing in the background, and I'm trying to make YouTube videos. But you could say, why don't you just drink coconut water? If you like the taste of coconut water, go ahead. I don't like the taste of coconut water, so I mix it with the Body Armor. Makes it a lot better. If you do like a 24-ounce cup, whatever type of cup you use, just kind of 50-50 the drink, just to get some actual whole coconut water. And then you can add that Body Armor for flavor. I think it's just a glorified juice. And I know people like their Cokes and their Sun Drops and their Mountain Dews and their caffeine, but you do have to monitor how much caffeine you drink. Hopefully you have been told that you're not supposed to exceed like 200 to 250 milligrams per day. And typically, like these small cans have 46. Things like Sun Drop have like 69, Mountain Dew. They're typically a little bit higher. So you want to monitor your caffeine intake, because that is going to take away from your hydration. Caffeine does not hydrate you at all. It subtracts from your hydration. As new parents, even if this is your third baby, if it's your third baby, you might be even more tired. But as new parents, you're tired. Your baby probably had you up, and you probably want your caffeine. I'm gonna warn you now, if you're going to Starbucks every day, your one small cup, which 9 times out of 10 has a shot or 2 of espresso in it, is 150 milligrams of caffeine. And when your limit is 200 to 250. You want to be very careful, especially if you get the larger sizes and you add shots of espresso. You want to remember that not only will that caffeine transfer to your baby after you've exceeded your body's limit, but it's not hydrating you. It's subtracting from your hydration. So you want to be mindful. You want to make sure you're drinking water. I know I mentioned body armor and coconut water. You want 128 ounce that water. My mouth is less dry right now than the video I'm going to show y'all that I'm going to attach to this in a minute when I do my edit stuff from last night. Because I hydrated myself a lot better in the last 24 to 48 hours. But you're going to want that water. All right, this video is taking me way longer than I planned on it taking me, which is another reason why I haven't been making content, because if I think I'm going to make valuable content, it usually takes me time. I'm not talking about like a bunch of editing because I don't know how to do that. Just getting information out there that I'm trying to share with the fam. Oh, I forgot one of my students told me to turn this upside down. Anyways, after talking about all that food and what you should be doing, water. And I don't drink enough. My lips just is dry. They stay dry. It's like never enough water. Never enough water. But aim for that gallon a day, 128 ounces, or half your body weight in ounces. That's what they say. They say half your body weight in ounces for yourself. You are also trying to nourish a child. So I will shoot for the gallon and do the body armor coconut water that I was talking about in the grocery store. I like to do that 32 ounces. I just be pouring till my heart get happy. I would say a 50-50 blend, but I don't be measuring it. I just be pouring. So yeah, once you add that 32 ounce to that 128, that's what, 160 ounces of fluid. You want to take into consideration if you drink caffeine. Caffeine does take away from what you drink. So you want to try to minimize your caffeine intake. Yeah, drink. You're creating fluid. So on top of what you need to survive, you need extra. I want to talk about my supplements, but I done got in bed and they're downstairs. So I may work on that tomorrow. This video may take a few days. All right. So my bread and butter that comes through for me when I don't eat right, when I don't drink enough water. But it works better when I do. Again, y'all see I got 11 followers. Legendary Milk ain't paying me nothing, but if they want to, they can. If they want to send me some free supplements. This is called the Milk Bundle. I'll put the link in the description. You can bundle these together. My suggestion is you try Cash Cow first. I have also used Liquid Gold. That you try one of them first. Don't try multiple things at the same time. You may find out you're allergic to something, and we don't know which something you're allergic to, and we don't want to cancel out everything. So Cash Cow has organic alfalfa. These are all herbs, so it's all natural. Moringa, which if you ever Google like natural supplements to help, moringa pops up on Google a lot. Goat's rue and organic nettle. So those are the key ingredients that are supposedly helping. Here's the kicker. You have to take 2 tablets 3 times a day with meals. That's 6 tablets. If you're not a tablet consumer, It's gonna be hard. 6 tablets here. I already mentioned the sunflower lecithin. That's 2 additional tablets. Unless you get a clogged duct, then that's gonna be 3 or 4. So then you're up to like 10. I encourage, once you have tried Cash Cow or Liquid Gold, I encourage that you add on Pump Princess. So Pump Princess has black cumin. I think that's how you say that. Again, not an English teacher. Fennel and dill. Some people, now if you've seen my old video, I think it was like one of the first ones I posted, and I talked about fenugreek. Fenugreek works. It's gonna make you smell like syrup everywhere. Everywhere. But it will also tear your stomach up. It's not enough food and meals you can eat with that for it to not tear your stomach up. And I was willing to take that pain for that baby upstairs, but when it passes to my baby, I'm not here for it. And it is known to pass to your baby. And nobody wants their baby to be uncomfortable. So I'm not a fenugreek fan. That is one thing that Legendary Milk prides itself on, to be fenugreek free. And we're here for it. So once you've tried either this one or Liquid Gold, add Pump Princess and take these together. Remember, anything you try, you need to give yourself 7 to 10 days for it to work in your body. It may work in 24 to 48 hours. It might, but it might not. I don't want you to give up. I should probably talk about my pumps. All right, last but not least, I'm going to talk about my breast pumps. I need to clean one of them. The other one is already packed up and ready for me to take to work tomorrow. There's another one that I have nicely positioned in the bedroom. It's the one you plug into the wall. And then there's a hand pump that is kind of in different places right now. Anyways, I'm going to talk about... Close the refrigerator. Y'all hear my 9-year-old. This is allergies. Whew. Anyways, I'm going to talk about them from my fave to my least fave and explain why for each one. So the Mom Cozy, I think I have the S9. I'm going to link it in the description which one I have. It is my favorite one because it is a wearable, so I can stick it in, walk away, carry on with my life. My least favorite thing about it is loud and it's bulky. If you know what Pokemon balls look like, that's what it looks like. It's sitting in my shirt. But it empties me better than my other wearable, which is my least fave, that I'm going to talk about later.
It's so cold.
How much time you got left?
8 minutes.
Oh, you gonna warm up and eat in 8 minutes? Better figure it out, son.
It's so cold.
That's that sleep. Anyways, yeah, it's my favorite. It empties me. Which you want to be empty, because it tells your body to make more. If you do not empty, your body thinks you don't need more, your body doesn't make it. So you want to be emptied. My second favorite is the Motif Twist. That's the one that plugs into the wall. It has all the cords, the old school breast pump. And it's crazy that's called old school, because wearables didn't exist when I had my first baby. Oh my goodness. Anywho, first of all, don't be rolling off my couch like that. I like that one as well because it empties me in less time. I just don't like being plugged into the wall. But it's my morning pump since typically in the morning when you first wake up or middle of the night. Anytime after like 2 a.m. is when you're like the fullest for some reason. Maybe because you're getting rest. Rest is key. I don't think I've mentioned that. I know it's very hard to get rest when you have a baby, but rest really helps, which is why I think there's just so much milk when you get up in the morning. So it empties me in a very short period of time. Like I can be emptied in like 10 to 12 minutes, which is the world record timing. So yeah, motif, twist. Not an English teacher. And again, I'm gonna link these in the description. My third favorite is the Lancino hand pump, where you gotta squeeze the lever and make it work for you. My least favorite thing is that it's just one, so you gotta do one and then switch and do the other. But it's pretty quick because you can hand express and push it out faster. It empties me as well. Least favorite and most expensive is that Willow Go. Now it's pretty. It looks very clean under your clothes. It does not stick out. It's a wearable. It is very quiet. But the prettiness and the quietness is not getting it done. I don't feel emptied. I always get less output every time I use that one. And you know, anybody that's been breastfeeding, they tell you make sure you have the right flange size. It's the same as all my other pumps. It still ain't doing right. So it's my least favorite. It comes in handy when I'm at school. If I need to pump while I'm sitting at my desk and I have a class, they don't know I'm doing it. If I'm in a staff meeting, if I'm sitting in the teacher's lounge, it comes in handy then. But I typically like to follow it up within like 2 hours, 1 hour with my loud one when I can. Because again, you want to get empty. You want to get emptied as much as possible. You should be pumping and or nursing. You should be pumping every 2 to 3 hours. If you're nursing, they tell you to pump after you nurse. I am not that committed to that because my kid, when we're together, he just be wanting to nurse all day. So it's hard. Like if I nursed him now and then I pumped, now I'm empty. And he may be hungry in 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes, I may only have like half an ounce. So, you know, maybe if I stuck to that, spring break is coming up. So maybe I'll try it over spring break when I'm not in, school at work. And I mean, it will definitely get your milk supply up if you pumped after every time you nursed. Even if it's just 10 or 20 minutes, even if you're empty and you're dry pumping, you're stimulating your body to know like, oh, we need to make more. There's not enough. Someone's still sucking and nothing's coming out. So it won't hurt. That may be all. I hope it was helpful. I hope you made it to the end. There was a lot of information. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comments. I would love to answer. I would love to do anything I can to help. I am no professional. I am no expert. I just know from experience, this being my second baby and being more successful than the first one. Yeah, we thank God for Jesus. Nothing. I just thought you were cute and I looked at you. Is that okay? He shook his head at me. All right, I'm out of here.